Well, welcome back to the show. My name's Ken Dunn, and today I'm joined with the author of an incredible new book. I'm joined with Dr. Patsy Sulak. The book is called Should I Fire My Doctor? 11 Essential Elements to Health and Happiness. Dr. Sulak, Patsy, it's great to be here with you today.
Ken, it's good to be here.
So I'm really excited about learning a bit more about this book. I've had a chance to look through your background, and congratulations to you on an incredible career. But working with Texas A&M, being involved in the development of some really great products to help women, specifically in your career. I mean, there's so much that you've done and accomplished already. I almost want to start by asking you, why a book and why now?
Well, my whole career is about answering a question, finding a problem, and then trying to find the answer to it. And that's kind of what I've done throughout my research with adolescent sexual health and trying to get rid of women's menstrual disorders and then working with perimenopause, menopausal women. But as I was going through my career, it became obvious that most of our health problems today are self-induced. And I was seeing in my 30-year career, patients becoming progressively unhealthier and unhappier. Wow. And as my role as a professor and a researcher, I was able to look at the data and confirm what I was seeing in my practice, that indeed we are getting unhealthier and unhappier. And when I had the opportunity to become an endowed professor, I thought, this is what I need to pursue, wellness, to try to decrease a lot of this self-induced disease. And that led to me developing Living Well Aware and finally writing my first book, Should I Fire My Doctor?
And so that we clear things up for our viewers right now, you're actually suggesting that the answer to that question is no, and there's more to it, I guess.
That's right. I'm not exactly saying you should fire your doctor. What I'm trying to say is you should hire yourself.
Right.
When I started pursuing wellness, I was going down a path that I had no idea I was going to be on, a path I'd never traveled before, because I thought of wellness as exercising and eating healthy and seeing your doctor and just making sure your numbers were okay.
Right.
And what I discovered was that it's so much more than that. It's so much more than that. I was learning stuff that I didn't learn in medical school and I didn't learn in residency. You know, that wellness is first and foremost about us taking care of our emotional health, our spiritual health. And it's hard to get any of those other things done if we don't have that in order.
Right.
And so what I was learning is, no, you don't necessarily need to fire your doctor. We need to hire ourselves because our doctors really aren't trained in wellness and we don't have the time. We have a short amount of time with you, and we have just enough time really to order a few tests and do a physical exam and see if there's any major problems. We don't have hours to spend with you on all the things that you need to be doing to have optimal health.
And in our conversation before we came onto the show, I remember you saying that there's a misunderstanding that patients, people that come to see a doctor, are misunderstanding the role of a physician, that the role of the physician is just to treat the disease or the disorder, and that they have to be their own advocate, I guess.
Oh, yes. I think, unfortunately, that's exactly what's happening today. Patients are coming to us thinking, okay, I'll just go to my doctor, and my doctor or my nurse practitioner or physician assistant, they'll just diagnose problems and they'll tell me, what to do, and they'll give me prescriptions, and that'll be fine.
Right.
They don't realize that the ultimate health and happiness are things that they're going to have to do. All we can do is troubleshoot major problems, write prescriptions if your blood pressure is high, or if your cholesterol is high, or if you're depressed, give you medicines. We can't help you with all the other things that you need to be doing to really maybe prevent those problems in the first place.
Right. So, of course, this is about your book, but I can't help but want to ask more questions about the time prior to, because what I found interesting about the work is, it's coming from somebody of your qualifications. It's very rare for a professional doctor, a physician of your qualifications, to delve into this world of wellness because you don't get paid for it.
Yeah. Right. No, you don't.
What made you do it? I know there's a story about your own health and wanting to take control of that.
Sure. It's very selfish, I guess. I wanted to be healthier. It just wasn't about me being a practicing physician and wanting to help my patients, or me being a medical school professor educating medical students and other healthcare professionals, or me as a national speaker speaking to businesses and organizations on health issues.
Right.
I wanted to be healthier and happier. Yeah, I wanted to be healthier and happier because I realized I was missing some things in my own life. I wasn't as healthy and happy as I wanted to be. So I had to pursue this just like I pursued any other medical problem that I'd tried to solve in my career. I had to ask a question. What is healthy?
Wow.
You know, what makes people unhappy and unhealthy? What makes people happy and healthy? And what can we do about it? So that's what that led to all the research, and it led to me reading all the literature on wellness, attending wellness conferences, medical meetings, reading books by respected authors on wellness, but importantly, me implementing these things into my own life. And I have a great advocate, and that's my husband, because he kind of got me onto this path also. So he was traveling the path with me. So we started implementing a lot of these things that I was learning that I didn't learn in medical school or residency. We started implementing a lot of these essential elements. And we were becoming healthier and happier, and our marriage was skyrocketing. And people were even saying, it's like you guys just got married, and like you're looking younger. And we were just applying these essential elements that I had discovered that I thought were key.
So it really is a self-centered book where you're telling the world about what worked for you.
Well, I wanted to be a living example.
Right.
I thought, I want to implement what I think is, a happy lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle. And what are the elements to that? And if I can do it, maybe other people can do it. But I wanted to be a living example of what is living well aware.
Right. Most of the greatest books in the world have one single point that survives long beyond the details that somebody reads. What's the takeaway from your book?
The takeaway is take ownership of your health. Don't assign it to your healthcare provider. Take ownership of your health, and it's a lifelong investment. Lifelong investment. We all really need to invest in the best wellness information, implementation, and inspiration to keep us going, and don't stop. This is a lifelong process, and for us really to take ownership, because what we're seeing today is that people are turning their health over to their healthcare provider, and they're expecting us to give them optimal health and happiness, and it's just not happening.
That's not the way the system works.
Now, what we are doing in the medical profession is we're literally putting Band-Aids on gaping wounds. We're treating a lot of problems that are preventable. I mean, of the 2.5 million deaths that occur in the United States every year, of those 2.5 million, hundreds of thousands of those deaths are totally preventable with our lifestyle.
And just so we're clear, and sorry to interrupt, Doctor, we're not taking any shots at the academia, at the medical profession.
You better not.
Yeah, exactly. And the book doesn't say that. The book says really clearly that it's about somebody taking control of their lives and preventing their own death.
You're exactly right. In fact, I dedicate the book to healthcare professionals who are literally have devoted their lives. I mean, they've spent years in training, they spend long hours, and today we actually have, decreasing reimbursement, increasing administrative duties, a lot of times less time with patients. And this is reality.
And it's hurting. It's breaking doctors' hearts.
It's what we're having to deal with today. And actually the whole point of the book is partner with your provider.
Wow.
Partner with your provider. Know as much as you can about wellness. Know where you want to be. Where do you want your health? Do you want okay health? Do you want average health? Or do you want optimal health? And if you want optimal health, you need to go learn about it, know what you need to be doing, and then partner with your provider to get there. This book is for everybody because it's all about getting to that next level of health and happiness no matter where you are.
Right.
Getting to that next level, because none of us are that perfect version that we're capable of being. But if we get on the right path, we're going to get closer.
Well, it was really clear to me to see that the book was inspired by Tony Robbins. I was told the story by your husband, Jeff. I think it's amazing. And I think that any of you that choose to pick up Should I Fire My Doctor by Dr. Patsy Sulak, you're going to be incredibly impressed that not only is it a health book, it's a life book. It's a map that can lead you through the entire process. Thanks a lot for joining us on the show today, and we look forward to talking to you again soon.